We have been innocently taking socio-economic advice from overseas, yet that advice has not been working for us extraordinarily for the last 50 years here in Africa, because it is designed in the interest of the overseas countries and not us. Yet one of the important innovations we need to create is debt deterrence. Show me one international expert that fights for debt deterrence anywhere in Africa. Or show me one who has warned anyone that when you dollarize your economy to the point of citizens buying groceries in the market in dollars, that is what has been causing hyperinflation, local currency value collapse, and a perpetual economic downward spiral in countries like Zimbabwe, South Sudan, DR Congo, and Argentina. No international expert has come to tell these countries to pass laws that ban trading in foreign currency within the local economy. This shows that these World Bank IMF economics experts actually want our economic collapse and our political enslavement. In regards to debt, let us take the example of the Uganda national budget. You might notice that every year the amount of new international loans that Uganda takes and the amount of old debt that Uganda has to repay as debt servicing annually, those two amounts are almost the same. I repeat, the amount of debt we are taking this year and the amount of money we are using to repay debt this year are basically the same. Therefore, it's as if we are taking new international loans to repay the old ones, which is idiotic. But then the good news is that that indicates that we could actually be self-sufficient and that we actually do not need the international loans, but it is foreign actors who have gotten our countries entrapped in a vicious debt cycle where we will owe them money perpetually and thus perennially be slaves to their geopolitical whims. Debt is the new slavery. Remember that while it is the leaders of government who are urged to take the debt in the name of the people, taxpayers are the ones who are harassed by the tax collector who needs to get money from you to pay the service to repay the debt the government took after being incited to do so by the international financial institutions, whom nobody knows where their money is actually coming from. It turns out it's mostly US commercial banks like Chase and Citibank. As you all know, commercial banks make money by indebting you to them. What we need on this continent is countries to create their own wastage and debt deterrence task force, whose job is to scrutinize the question of debt, particularly any new international loan taken in the name of the people, and then work on a quantifiable goal of getting your country out of the debt trap. It is time to start innovating our own basic economic strategies rather than following international experts who have imposed on us policies that have not really worked for us in the last 50 years and have instead gotten us in servitude to the hidden masters of those international experts. Yet the data shows that we are actually self-sufficient if we were not caught in the debt trap that they seemingly set deliberately against our national prosperity, against our economic freedom, and against our geopolitical emancipation. Thank you.
African governments must fight the deliberately instigated financial indiscipline that is leading African countries to perpetually take new unrepayable debt, and instead invest in local and overseas commercial projects that bring in more debt-free revenue.